Today, we're diving straight into something truly fascinating. We're looking at how a piece of ancient, profound wisdom is being transformed into a practical, incredibly minimalist tool for the chaotic daily lives we all lead. It's literally a bridge between thousands of years of philosophy and that very modern, very real stress we deal with every single day.
So here's the big question. How do I act rightly when absolutely everything feels uncertain? Look, humanity has been wrestling with this exact dilemma for millennia, right? And the Bhagavad Gita was originally written to answer this exact question, not as some rigid religion, and definitely not as a historical ritual, but as a practical, living map for finding clarity and taking conscious action. Because let's be real, we have all been there, staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. with your mind just racing, agonizing over a decision you just can't seem to make, or dealing with this sudden, unexplained anger. Well, believe it or not, the Bhagavad Gita has actually already seen everything you're facing. These aren't just modern symptoms of our crazy, fast-paced world. They are the fundamental human condition.
Section 1. The accessibility gap.
But here's where we run into a massive disconnect. Think about it. When you're in the absolute middle of a modern life crisis, or just fast-paced panic, handing you a dense 700-verse ancient scripture is honestly a bit like handing you a dictionary when your house is on fire. Sure, most of us know the Gita exists, and some of us have even tried to read it. But when you are in the thick of a meltdown, a massive text like that is incredibly intimidating.
Because, let's be honest with ourselves, you don't just crack open a 700-verse scripture and casually start from chapter 1 when you're anxious, confused, or stuck. You just don't have the mental bandwidth for that. You need a practical way in.
Which brings us to Section 2. Enter GitaFlow.
So what is GitaFlow? By using a beautifully minimalist, really warm aesthetic, GitaFlow actually turns this dense scripture into a calming, real-time map. It's a clean, modern interface that strips away all that overwhelming complexity. It acts as a practical, daily companion map for those exact moments when life absolutely refuses to be simple. It basically takes this profound wisdom and drops it into your daily life, exactly how it was meant to be used, practically and personally.
Section 3. The core practice.
Okay, let's dive into how this actually works. At the very heart of the app is something called the Karma Lens. Imagine you're absolutely terrified of failing a new project at work. You just pull up the app and type exactly what's weighing on you right then and there. GitaFlow reads your situation through the Gita's framework and immediately offers you a specific verse, a dharmic reading, and 3 clear paths forward. It's not bossing you around or telling you what to do. It's just showing you how the Gita sees your situation, putting the power completely back in your hands.
It essentially acts as a mirror, analyzing your emotional state through what are called the 3 gunas. You've got tamas for avoidance or inaction, rajas for that reactive urgency or frantic energy, and sattva for conscious grounding and clarity. Seeing your own anxiety categorized like this is a total game changer. It instantly helps you understand your own mind, taking these really abstract, ancient concepts and making them immediately actionable.
Now, if you want to go deeper, there's the Gita Explorer. This puts the entire text right at your fingertips. You can seamlessly browse all 18 chapters in all 697 verses in plain English or the original Sanskrit with transliterations, and it's all organized with really intuitive emotional tags. But the absolute best part, it has integrated one-tap explanatory videos for every single verse. So if you want to fully grasp what you just read, a deep dive explanation is literally one tap away. It is a brilliant 2-part ecosystem designed specifically to support you. You've got the app handling that real-time daily reflection when you're out running around in the world, and then you have the linked video channel ready for those deep dive teachings when you actually have the time and space to sit down and internalize them. They're completely built to live together. And what about those prolonged, drawn-out challenges? For those, you have themed journeys. These are 7-day guided arcs for specific seasons of life. Take the letting go journey, for example. It walks you step by step through one of the Gita's most profound teachings, how to take massive action in your life without desperately grasping for a specific result. When you're in the trenches of a specific struggle, these arcs give you that exact structured support you need.
Then, over time, your karma dashboard starts reflecting your whole practice back to you. By tracking which emotions keep surfacing and which specific verses just keep finding their way to you, you really start to see the overarching themes of your own life. Plus, it even gives you one tailored AI-generated noticing per day to prompt mindful reflection. It's kind of like having a superwise mentor quietly observing your journey in the background.
Moving on to Section 4, an open door.
So, this brings us to what is usually the biggest barrier to entry for literally any app today:
The cost? Well, for GitaFlow, the cost is zero.
Yes, zero. Zero logins required, zero ads to break your focus, zero cost. Whether you use the ready-to-go web browser version or the live Android app, it meets you exactly where you are today. You absolutely do not have to jump through a bunch of hoops when you're already stressed out. And while a fully loaded version with way more features and languages is in the works, this version 1 is live, ready, and waiting to support you right now with zero friction.
The Bhagavad Gita has survived for thousands of years for a very good reason. So I'll leave you with this. What will this ancient mirror reveal about your modern challenges if you try the karma lens today? Take a moment, bring a real, messy problem to it, and see what kind of clarity you can uncover. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this practical map brings some genuine peace to your modern chaos.